Hey Scorpio, how's it going everybody? Welcome to BlueMountainsTarot. This is going to be a general reading for the first half of December. I am away on vacation at the current time. These are general readings, so please keep that in mind. Okay, only take messages that do resonate, leave the rest for others. If you are interested in a personal reading, I do offer them. Below in the description box, you'll find my email address to get in touch to set up a reading. Okay, let's see. Thank you guys in advance for all of your support, your likes, your shares, your comments. I know some people send in little tips and donations. I appreciate that, so thank you. Let's see, what's going on for Scorpio? What's the message for Scorpio, please? Messages for Scorpio. Knight of Cups. Three of Pentacles. I think somebody's feelings are building. Someone's got emotions here that are growing. I think that there's an energy here that somebody isn't necessarily sharing that necessarily with the High Priestess. There could be something that they're keeping to themselves, whether that's you or this person, Scorpio. But they definitely feel good. They feel something special. I'm not going to say important because I feel like this is building. Could be important, but it feels like this person intuitively can sense, or maybe this is you not saying anything. It's more of a Pisces energy, so it could be a Pisces that you're connecting with. That sort of feels like this is growing. Something's feeling like it's developing. They don't necessarily want to say that. The Tower. I think this person is making sure. Yeah, I was gonna say this person's making sure for a bit of time here. They're hanging on to a little bit of hope. They want to make sure that things look good before they end. You know, I feel like the Tower is saying someone here may have given up or lost a bit of hope, or that sense of something was thrown out the window here. And this could have been somebody in the past who was like, I'm not going to get too hopeful because every time I do, it ends, and I feel like this person is sort of saying, I'm going to wait. Things are developing, things are growing. That's why they're maybe not saying anything, because when they do say something, it's like their dream gets kind of shattered, as cheesy as that sounds, but it's like the Tower moment. This person has hopes that things are not going to break down or fall out, or that you're going to leave them, or that it's going to end. I think this person's really hoping and hanging on to, and that's why there's this not sharing everything at once. I think you can tell. I think their emotions, their level of excitement in their voice, maybe there was an emotional moment, maybe there was something there, but that you kind of can sense that. I think Scorpio, you guys have a very strong intuition. So I think you're sort of feeling that their emotions are building and that they would like to allow this to happen. I don't think you need to say much. That's the thing. I think that what what you sense and feel intuitively from this person. And if it's mutual, if you're feeling the same thing, you're probably just going through it. You're probably just letting things unfold. But it seems like this person, it's like when someone says, like, I knew it, I knew this was going to end. I knew this was going to end. And it seems like a little bit different here with you guys. Tell us about the Star card. I'm just curious about the Star card. Aquarius energy. The Page of Cups. Showing your feelings. Showing your emotions. Two of Wands. It's like they don't want to let you out of their sight here, Aquarius. Or Scorpio. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, the Star card. They don't necessarily want you out of their sight. They want to sort of see that you're having the same feeling or the same outlook. It's like, do you kind of see what I see? Do you feel what I feel? Can you see a little down the road, even if it's a newer connection. Somebody here may have to make a choice whether they see this person in their life or not. Because the Two of Wands, beside that Tower and the Star, with this Page of Cups, I feel like this is bringing you to a point, Scorpio, where you're like, yes, there's feelings here. Yes, this person's expressed something. Yes, maybe you had something. But do you see yourself on this path, future? Because you're kind of maybe at a crossroads wondering, like, is this something that's going to go further, or is this gonna end? And I mean, that's gonna happen potentially with anyone. But I feel this is kind of specific in a way to you, to your situation. Ace of Cups. Holy cow. Okay. Well, two of them want to come out. Three of Cups and the Justice. There's something about this Two of Wands, this decision about where you see yourselves, or where you see with this person in the future, down the road. Is this something that's going to grow? I'm just curious what this Three of Cups is representing. The Lovers. Whoa. So I think that you guys can have a lot of the best of both worlds here, Scorpio. I feel like this situation here can be very, like building a friendship, having fun, actually getting to know each other, going on dates, doing things. But also it's like you can't stop or help. Ace of Cups, the Lovers, you can't. Sometimes there's like certain things that we can choose and say, hey, we can choose to take it slow. And some things you can't really stop from growing, or you can't stop them from getting deeper, from the feelings coming forward, from coming out. And I feel like some of you might be sort of trying to like keep this in a certain like zone in a way, without getting too ahead of yourself, or without getting too close or too far ahead. And so some of you sort of, I feel like some of this is kind of getting away on you. It's sort of like happening whether you try to pull it back or not. You can't stop that. It's the same as it going too far ahead. You can't force chemistry. You can't force a relationship just because you spend more and more time together. Is this going to grow into love? You can't force that. It's sort of like, I can't help that it's not going anywhere. I can't help that I'm making this feels just more like a friend. I can't help it. I'm trying to make this love, so it can go either way, where you're sort of like, you want to have a partnership or a connection, you want to feel something, but it's like more time and more intimacy and more things isn't going to make something better, and vice versa. You can't stop feeling a deep love for somebody, even if you try to reel it back and keep it in the friend zone. So I feel like there's something about this. It's like the High Priestess. Like, I feel like it's somebody with an intuition. People who are mediums, psychics. I can't help it when I know something's going on. There's no denying what you pick up. There's some people that go up to somebody and say, like, I can't help but tell you, like, maybe someone from the other side's coming over. There could be a little bit of that. There could be a little bit of that with you, Scorpio, where you're like, there's no denying what you understand, what you know, how you feel. It doesn't even have to be about a relationship, but I feel like this is around a connection with a person. I feel like there's something here that's saying, you're trying to maintain this sense of balance. You're trying to take its time. You're trying to let it unfold, but sometimes you can't stop where it's taking off. Let's just clarify something here. Where's that going? Let me just see. Oh my God. I was going to say, if we get the Eight of Wands and the King of Wands, you can't slow this down. Sometimes you cannot stop that King of Wands from going after what he wants or feeling a certain way. It's kind of like anger, Some of you, it's almost like, I'm going to use different excuses because you could be going through these emotions or these things. But sometimes when you get upset in a relationship, or you have anger, or you have something that you can't slow down, you can't stop the attack from happening, you can't stop the offensiveness or that anger from surfacing. And sometimes you try to like, okay, I'm gonna, I have an Aries moon. So, sorry, I'm always looking around because there's all kinds of animals and stuff. Or not animals, birds rather. But it just sounds like stuff in the trees here. I have an Aries moon. And so sometimes I'm a very nice person, but sometimes I have to consciously be like, okay, don't go for the jugular vein here. So there's something, this can go either way with that Eight of Wands. And that's where tower moments can happen, Scorpio, is when that stinger could come out and you could go for the jugular and you could hit someone or strike someone. Not physically, I'm saying, hopefully not, but like with words, with the Scorpio stinger is what I'm talking about. Scorpion. So there's something here about things moving very, very fast, and it's hard to hold them back. So I think that for some of you, you may have that situation where it's like, no matter how much I try, I can't force this love to make it happen. I still feel friends. But I think the majority and the main thing here is that you can't slow this passion down. And that's very much you guys. Scorpio is known for this. It's like unforgettable. Your passion, your connection, your sexual attraction. Sometimes you leave a very strong impact on people. So I think the Eight of Wands, King of Wands, that's why I was saying, let's check this out, because I have a feeling this is moving very quickly forward and you can't slow it down. There's the Sun card. Wow. Leo energy. So this could be a very positive, an outlook that you needed, or that you were expecting, or that you needed. I say needed because we all deserve, this is happiness and new beginnings, but I feel like when you have that strong chemistry, when you have that, intense connection that you can't stop, it's like, maybe that's what you needed at this time, Scorpio. Maybe in the past, you were going through these moments when you were like, you were falling and you were investing and you had a lot of feelings, and then it's like, it ended. It's suddenly done. And you keep, it's like you're trying not to lose hope that somebody here is willing to stick it out with you and to actually get to know you and form a relationship, or your feelings are mutual. And I feel like it's kind of like, you kind of deserve this in a way. You kind of deserve the happiness that you're feeling, both physically, emotionally, that chemistry. You're feeling like more levels than just one. So I think that you're going to come to a crossroads at some point where it says, hey, you're going to have to talk about this. You can only hold this back for so long. And I think eventually the justice is saying, okay, eventually this is going to have to come to, like, the verdict is, and the verdict is that we are in love, or that we can't stop this situation from taking off as much as we try. Okay? It could be the opposite for some of you. Some of you may only feel the friendliness, the friendship of the Page of Cups, that Three of Cups. You may be, comparing a little bit, saying, when I look at my past, when I look at other people, it's like I still feel like I want to socialize. I still feel like I want to mingle. This doesn't compare. It's like, that's kind of like how you really like someone or you feel connections. Like no one else matters. You couldn't care less. You couldn't care to socialize or go online or meet other people. It's like it doesn't exist. When you're not in the right situation, you might be like, I wonder what that person is about. You might feel a little more mingly or socializing, or you might be looking around or, wanting to spend more time with friends and family versus this person. So I think you're going to know. I definitely think it's leading more into the passion and the love and the deep connection and a possible future path with this person. But you're trying to hold it back. You're trying not to say anything, and eventually you're gonna have to come. You're gonna have to shine the light out here. You're gonna have to Don't be afraid to put your person with that High Priestess and the Sun. Don't be afraid to put your person in a special place and say, hey, like, you light up my life, or you are a special person to me, or whatnot. That sounds so cheesy, but you know what I mean. That you might say, hey, like, you really are important, or you really are an impact in my life. You feel like the right person, kind of thing. You could be dealing with, you've got Leo, Libra, Gemini, Pisces, and Aquarius. Okay. Scorpio, that is your reading. Thank you guys for all of your likes, your shares, your comments. I appreciate the support. Have a great day, and I will see you soon. Take care.